What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fellow YouTubers? All of you, I bid to welcome to the Starship Static review. Today we are going to cover the Taenen Strategic Explorer Warbird, and as you guys can actually see on the background and on the foreground as well, I am utilizing a Romulan character that has an allegiance to Starfleet because I am at Earth Space Dock, and that is the visuals that we are going to cover today. We are going to cover the visuals of the Romulan starship with an allegiance to the Federation. So for the new guys that are joining the YouTube channel and have never watched one of my videos before, just a little bit of a rundown what you guys are about to see. So first of all, we are going to take care of all of the information that this ships have been provided for us by the cryptic developers. So we're going to run down all of the information and statistics. After that, we are going to try to customize this starship a little bit. After that, we are going to head into space to see how this ship is going to change when we're going to equip the different reputation sets and all the different visuals. After we're going to take care of the visuals, we are going to talk about the Starship Mastery, the Admiralty card, the bridge officer stations, and as last but not least, we are going to see how this ship is going to perform in combat, and also we're going to display the unique ability that comes equipped with the universal console, the Omni-Directional Tachyon Wave Siphon. So very excited to get going. So I just to let you guys know, I already recorded this thing, but I actually lost the entire recording. It was corrupted. My voice was really weird and it cut out a couple of times. So that's why I'm actually doing this video in, like, you know, a little bit on the late side. But anyway, that's just details. Let's get to it. So this is the information that we are going to read about this thing. Now, since I already have this one already unpacked, like I said, I already did this video, so this is going to do this thing for the second time. It doesn't matter. I still love doing these videos for you guys, but I don't have the box anymore in my inventory, so it is already unpacked. I could claim another one, but it is the same information has been written out up here, so we can basically go off this part right here. So the Taenen Strategic Explorer Warbird was built from the ground up to incorporate shared technology from Starfleet incredible successful multi-mission explorers, as well as that found in the modern Vulcan starships. The engineering multi-vessel explorer variant is equipped with the Omni-Directional Tachyon Wave Siphon console that drains the shield of nearby enemies while bolstering its own in the form of secondary shielding. This starship features a Lieutenant Commander Universal / Temporal Operative Specialist Bridge Officer seat. Okay, we just read that. When this console ability is activated, your starship will periodically release a wave of tachyon particles that will heavily damage and weaken nearby enemy shields. This energy is then drawn into your starship's shield emitters in the form of secondary shielding. The amount of secondary shielding absorbed scales with the numbers of foes hit. Now, definitely I've seen this thing in action, like in my other videos that I take care of, like aesthetically wise. This is a really beast of an ability, guys. This is definitely awesome. You can basically put up all your enemies with gravity well, or like hold them back with tractor beams or whatever, so they're not going to maneuver a lot. And when you hit this thing, it is basically going to drain out all of the shields in its duration, and you're going to get like a secondary shielding around your starship, so it's going to protect you and it's going to drain their shields. Definitely awesome as an ability to have. This console also provides a passive bonus to Starship Drain Expertise and Starship Shield Restorations. This console mode can be equipped in any multi-mission Explorer or Explorer Warbird, but you may only equip a single one of these consoles at any given time. Now, this thing also comes with the Starship Mastery, so after achieving level 5 in your Engineering variant multi-mission Explorer, you will unlock the Exotic Particle Shield Starship Trait. While this trait is slotted, activating Engineering Team, Science Team, or Tactical Team will provide a buff to all damage resistance rating. Affected target will also gain an equal amount of damage resistance rating to all exotic damage ability. Definitely something that you might think about if you're going up against an enemy that is doing a lot of exotic damage to your ship. So these Romulans Explorer Warbird has a single hangar bay equipped with the Scorpion fighters. These small craft are equipped with plasma pulse cannon and plasma torpedo launchers. Now, at first, no, let's read all of this information first before I start talking. So this thing is going to come with sensor analysis, definitely awesome. Subsystem targeting, so you can target shields, engines, deflector, or auxiliary or weapons, whatever is going to be to your liking at the default on this thing. Also comes equipped with a secondary deflector slot, also with one hangar bay with those Scorpion fighters. Now, if you guys want to utilize these hangar bay pets all to you, to your liking, obviously, grab the better version of these guys. Go to the Starship, the Fleet Starship Base NPC. They definitely have a better version than these Scorpion fighters, or even at the Dilithium store there are better version of these. So just a little tip for you guys. This thing has +10 to shield power, also +10 to auxiliary power at default. Also comes equipped with the Romulan battle cloaking device. So when you're in combat, you can cloak. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can have that as an option. Some of you actually are utilizing that as an ability. Definitely awesome. Also comes with that universal console that we just talked about, the Omni-Directional Tachyon Wave Siphon. Now this thing also comes equipped with the Science Vessel Starship Ability Package. So we're going to get the Enhanced Particle Generator. It's going to give us more exotic damage. Enhanced Singularity Circuitry. So it's going to give us more regeneration in Singularity gain and minus Singularity cooldown. So we're going to utilize the Singularity abilities faster. Also, the Enhanced Restoration Circuitry is going to give us more healing abilities, and Reactive Shielding Technology is going to give us more regeneration in our shield and also more hardness in our shields. And that Exotic Particle Shielding, that is that Starship trait that you can unlock when you achieve level 5 in this Starship. Also, Singularity abilities, plus 50 base powers to all subsystems, plasma shockwave, quantum absorption, warp shadows, singularity jump, and also the last one is the singularity overcharge. Now, at first glance, and this is what I was actually wanted to talk about, there is no real big difference between these two ships when I'm going to go back and forward. So I was actually wondering if I should do like reviews on like both of them, or should I just make one review and feature the same ship twice, because like visually, aesthetically, it's like basically the same ship. Like right here it has these lines, and the other one has the same thing. Even the head is like, you know, basically the same thing. And they have the warp nacelles and the tail of this ship. It's basically the same ship, and I think, you know, you guys really want me to to make a video about the same ship twice? That's not going to be fun to watch, but if you guys like it, let me know in the comment section. I'll make a video about it. The bridge officer station, where I'm going to talk about in a later stage on the video, so stay tuned for that. We have 3 consoles for the engineering, 4 consoles for the tactical, and also 4 consoles from the science. So you can basically go whatever route you're going to be fancy to utilize this thing to its full potential. Now it does has 3 weapons on the front and also 3 on the aft, a base hull of 38,000 hit points, even though it says 37,999 right here. I think it's 0.9, so basically it has, just rounding it up, 38,000 hit points on its hull. It has a shield modifier of 1.35 and a base turn rate of 11 degrees per second. Now, if I compare the information what has been written on the website, the base turn rate is 11.5, and it says right here that the base turn rate is 0 basically, but a little bit of technicalities they might need to change. 3 device slots, also 1 hangar bay with those Scorpion fighters. So yeah, let's see how much customization can be done on this thing, because it's already my current Starship. So here it is. This is how it looks like if you want to customize this thing. Definitely is a lot of reflection areas. It's kind of like almost blinding to the point where it's like a basic mirror when you're using it. It's not really a ship. My personal preference is if the reflection of the sunlight is this much, or at least, you know, this high amount, you're basically not seeing any details. The details are like a little bit lost in that reflection. So if any of you guys, the developers, are listening to these videos of mine, turn the reflection down, man. It's not nice. It's too much. But anyway, we have one template up here. We do have a basic Romulan interior, so no really unique bridge for these Starship, and we have different material types for the windows. And I'm going to place this thing to the left so you guys can actually see the windows are going to change. Is going to be on the upper part right here and also on the wing. So if you want to focus your eyes on that, this is what it is between type 1 and type 2 of the window types. Definitely my personal preference would be number 3 rather than 1, 2, or 4, in all honesty. 3 is definitely my personal preferences. You can actually see it right here. Definitely complements the ships a little bit better, or these Romulan ships. Really nice. Definitely enjoying these visuals more. So all right, let's use the different material types. We have a Riemann type 1 right here. Isn't that awesome? Haha, nice. Wow, cool, right? I do like it, even though it's like a little bit of a faded effect. Like this thing has been like outside too long, and it's like it's not really sparkly anymore, but it's like the colors have faded away. But it's still definitely an awesome ship to behold. Nice. And let's see underneath. Turn. Wow. Nice. Let's see, Riemann type number 2, and for me personally, this is not good. This is not complementing these the aesthetics of this ship at all. But that's just me. This is like I mean, it does has lots of like lines and texture to it, like the patterns and stuff like that. Definitely a lot of those happening all over the place. But having those kind of textures and not really complementing the design, it's not really, you know, not really good, to say the least. Anyway, moving on to Riemann type 1. It's basically the same the same glow effect as it was on the first one that we were actually covering. I think it was type number 4, but it doesn't have that really high reflection rate, so it doesn't have that mirror. So it's a little bit on the dull side, but definitely complementing the ship a little bit more than that high reflection glossy thing that we were actually using on material type number 4. Definitely an awesome looking ship right here. Moving on to Romulan type number 2. Nice, right? Looking good. Now, one thing that I also noticed on the other video is like there is a little bit of a, and I'm just nitpicking right here, like if you draw a line between like the entire spaceship, it's basically whatever is happening to the left also is happening to the right? So you guys can actually see like escape pods right here, escape pods right here. You can basically see the lines up here from the windows, lines up here from the windows, warp nacelle, and basically all the way to the nose or to the front section of this thing. Is basically the same thing, but only changes that I see that's not being like symmetrical is this part right here. I don't know what it is. It's like being this light blue cyanic color. It's not put up in here on the other side. So I was like, what is up with that, right? But moving on, I guess. All right, let's see the brownish version. We have Romulan type 2, but the brownish version. Now, I don't know if this is a definitely like, you know, brown color. It's more of a faded red color, if you ask me. I mean, like if you see like one of those cars that has been sitting in the sun too long, so it has that faded color, it's basically reminding of that. I mean, it's not really brownish, right? It's not really brownish. It's more like faded orange, faded reddish color. Like brownish color to me, it's more of like the Taenen visuals, if you know what I mean. But I guess we have to do with what we have right here. So they call it brown. Why not? You know, let's call it brown as well. Looks good on this thing as well. Riemann or the Romulan type 3. I do not know why I'm keep calling this thing a Riemann. Romulan type 3 right here. And if you guys haven't seen the other aesthetic reviews that I did on these ships, you guys are going to be in for a treat right here. When we're going to head off into space, you guys are going to see like a black hole animation on this on the center of this ring right there. So it's definitely an awesome visual effects that they actually incorporated in these ships. Definitely awesome. Now this is how this ship comes out of the box with the Romulan type 4 material type, really high in its reflection rate, but you basically are blinded a little bit, so you don't see all of the details and all of the hard work that the developers have made to create this thing. It's like faded away. So I'm going to go to the Romulan veteran version. Now this one right here, you guys might not have these two material types, the veteran and the upgraded version, but I am going to showcase them definitely because I have them because my account in STO is like a lifetime membership. I actually bought the game like last year or something like that. And was really good. They actually gave me lots of perks, like, you know, every month they give me about 500 Zen for free, so I can use those Zen to buy ships, to do aesthetic reviews for you guys. And definitely awesome material types as well. Now, in almost every starship that they bring out, they have like the upgraded version and the veteran version of material types. So it's definitely has lots of perks if you're going to buy the game. Now, obviously, I'm not being endorsed anyway or anyhow by Cryptic for saying that. This is just a, you know, a personal experience that I have. Definitely, for me personally, definitely worthwhile putting some money into the game. They definitely give you lots of perks, and it is definitely worth it. So the upgraded version, definitely nice to see this thing in its totality, and I think this is the way that this ship should be flown in space with these visuals, but not everybody has has put over lots of money in this game, but definitely awesome in its design with the material type for the upgrade. Now, obviously, you guys can actually choose different styles of pattern overlays right here. I'm just messing this thing up just to showcase all of the different styles and patterns that you guys can actually use to colorize it. Now, obviously, this is something hideous. It's basically like a clown version, but that is just to highlight like the pattern overlays that you can select on the different areas, so you guys can actually see what kind of customization you guys can do. With that being said, I am going to head off into space to showcase the different visuals. So in a blink of a second, here we go. So here we are in space. Now these are the visuals when this thing comes as a standard out of the box. This is how it looks like. And remember when I told you guys are going to be in for a treat? Look at this thing. I think it's representative like a little micro singularity. So it's kind of like a black hole kind of type deal effect going on. Definitely is complementing the ship a lot. And it is really beautiful to look at this thing. It's kind of like trapping all of the light inside, so you guys can't actually see anything being reflected. Anything is like being drawn into the middle of this thing. Really awesome. And here it is when it is not being lit up. Definitely cool. Left, here we go. Really nice. Now these are the default skin tones or the default colors when this thing comes out of the box. Now we are going to start off with the which one is this? The adaptive Mako space set. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Now this is what it looks like when you equip the adaptive Mako visuals on this thing. Definitely an awesome pattern. You can actually see that honeycomb design that Cryptic is utilizing on like so many different visuals. The Riemann space set also has that honeycomb design, but it has like really higher amount of like that 6 hexagon type thing is like much bigger than it is right here. Definitely awesome. And when it's not being, or when it is being lit up, you basically see different details when it is being like lit up by the rays of the sun, and when it is not, you can definitely see that glow. That is just beautiful in its design. Definitely awesome. Now, I did mention like a couple of times in my other video as well, like the positioning of that deflector dish is really bad. Somebody did not test this thing when it was like in the testing phase, because the deflector dish shouldn't be like outside of the ship. Even though we are utilizing the micro singularity or the power of that thing, it is still not, it still shouldn't be, the animation still shouldn't be like outside of the ship. That is just not cool. Not cool, Cryptic. All right. The Aegis space set with all of the visuals. Here we go. And you can actually see all of these visuals from the deflector dish are just hovering over the ship instead of being inside the ship as deflector dish should be. But that is just one of those things that Cryptic kind of needs to fix. But definitely the visuals right here are amazing. Right here, you can actually see more details. All of these these white lines up here, definitely adding to the appeal of this ship. I do wish that they actually made more of these white lines up here, like everywhere. You can actually see it right here. It has like a little bit of a grill on top, so you can pimp this thing all the way all the way to your liking, obviously. But it is an awesome looking ship. Nice. All right, we had the Aegis, so let's do the simulated space set, and that is obviously from the Borg Reputation. Now the positioning right here for the deflector dish for the Borg deflector, or the simulated deflector, is definitely good as it is right now. It's kind of supposed to be right like on top of this ship, because it has lots of like, you know, spikes going through it and stuff like that. So that one is really good, really like on the money, as they say. And also the impulse modifier apparatus is definitely on the money. Where they really did go wrong is the positioning of that modifier of the warp nacelle. Right here on top, and I'm actually going to showcase that a little bit better right here. It's kind of like leached on a like tilted axis, and that's not really good. I mean, lots of details from the Borg Reputation, definitely adding to the appeal of this thing, but there are a little bit of mistakes, man. It's not really good. There's a little bit of like, it's gone inside the ship as well, and it's not really complementing the ship in its totality. But here it is when it is on the Lytton part. The positioning of this thing is definitely adding or removing texture details. So that's why I'm actually showcasing it when it is being lit up and when it is not being lit up. And obviously, like in every kind of map that you're going to play with these ship, if you're going to obtain them, they are definitely going to change in details. And that's just awesome. That is just awesome. All right, so that was the simulated. Let us showcase the counter command visuals. Now there is a little bit of a bug I have found out. Like when you equip the counter command shields, it doesn't add the visuals right away. So I found a little bit of a workaround. So you go right there, you right click disable visuals, and you right click enable visuals again, and then they add the visuals right there. As you guys can see, a little bit of a workaround until they actually fix that one as well. So we are adding to all of the lists of cryptics features that they need to resolve again. They need to give a little bit of time and check up on. Real cool. But definitely I am living these visuals. They are definitely adding to the appeal of this ship. And right here, definitely adding to the appeal of this thing. It's nice. Nice. You guys can actually see in like some cases, the deflector dish, for just to give out an example, has its own animation, but also the engine wake or the engine trail right there also has its own animation, and that is definitely awesome to see. All right, so that was the counter command, and we are going to showcase the Delta. The Delta space sets in 3 pieces: the shields, engines, and the deflector dish. Now, unfortunately, the deflector dish doesn't show any animation to it, so that's a bummer. But the Delta space set, it's beginning to like, I'm beginning to like that thing. It's growing on me, especially when they added like these colors up here, these patterns up here. So whenever the Delta space set is not facing the light, so it has all of these light details and darker details, definitely adding to the appeal. Because right now when it is being illuminated, like you guys are seeing, it's all of those lights are gone. They only emerge when it is in darkness. Really cool to see this thing. Nice. All right, let us move on to the Dyson. Here we go with the Dyson visuals. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Now this is the Dyson visuals, obviously. Really nice. Definitely one of my personal favorites, these Dyson visuals. They did turn it down, or tone it down a little bit with these visuals, because they had like a little bit of a glow factor, a little bit more of those like pinkish line going through that. And when it is not being illuminated, you can actually see it more apparent, so it's more on the foreground. And wow, this thing is really going up. Go down a little bit. Right here, they basically had a little bit more of these glow to this. So all of these lines were glowing a little bit. But now it's not. Has a little bit on a reflector side. Definitely cool. And this is what I mean, the positioning of the deflector dish. Way too high. And that animation right there from, I'm guessing that's like the micro singularity it's being housed right there, what the Romulan faction actually use for fuel for their ship. It's being housed right here outside of the ship, being held in place by these rings. Nice. All right. Which one is next? The Iconian. Engines and shields. All 3 pieces. Now this is how it looks like with the Iconian visuals. We are seeing that the grill is back on. Nice. I do like the Iconian visuals though. It definitely adds to whatever ship you're using at that moment. Definitely adds to the appeal factor. Nice. All right, let us use the Jem'Hadar engines, shields. The victory is life space set right here in front of you. Now I definitely see like this ship has a little bit of the Jem'Hadar, or at least the Jem'Hadar visuals has this ship, you know, complementing a lot, because it's like definitely has that creamish grayish color, and it's complementing the way that this ship has been designed by this like bright pink color. That's just awesome. It just match up really good. It's whoever is doing like the matching of all of these visuals at Cryptic, man, you're doing such a good job. That is just amazing to look at. Now, when it is being in the darker area, nice. Definitely you can see more of the windows. And it's not really overwhelming. You guys can actually see it's just enough. Not a lot of changes, not a lot of like, you know. It's just enough. All right, let's head to the Nukara. Where is the Nukara? Right here. Nukara and Nukara. Here we go. This is the Nukara visuals right here. Really awesome. Really liking it. Now, I am bummed out a little bit because I kind of lost the recording, as I mentioned in the beginning stage of this video, and I didn't like lose the recording as in like misplace the recording, or it's like gone now. I don't know where to find it. I still have the recording, but it was a little bit choppy. The voice and the picture when I actually talked and what I was actually showing, they didn't sync up anymore. At a couple of stages I was talking about like pointing something up here, and the voice was like, I was still doing, let's say for giving an example, I was still on the Jem'Hadar space set, and right now I'm talking about the Nukara, right? So it was like a little bit behind, and at some point it was like total black, so I couldn't actually post that. And I did try to fix it here and there, but it was like, you know, too much degraded or too much corrupted. And so I'm doing this again for you guys, because it kind of like, you know, bummed me out a lot. So I'm like, no way, man, that's not right. That's not right. But anyway, moving on to the Omega. Where are you? Right here, right there, and right there. All three pieces of the Omega space set. It's making this ship has a little bit of a wood vibe to it. If I just saw the grill part, like this right here, kind of has like a pattern which you usually see in like luxurious boats and stuff like that. These patterns, nice. Didn't actually notice this on the other video. Nice. And here we go, and it is not being illuminated by the rays of the sun. scorching the whole plating with the radiation. Nice. Can definitely see the escape pods. Very clear. What's the deal with the escape pods, people? Alright, one of my personal favorite is going to be next, and that one is the Riemann. Riemann visuals right here. They don't actually change a lot of like details when it is facing the light and when it is not facing the light, but a must-have visuals right here, definitely because of these honeycomb designs, definitely adding to the appeal of this thing. It is a Romulan, so it's kind of closely related to the Riemanns. So it's definitely awesome. Nice. Definitely awesome. I am liking all of these new ships that they're bringing out. As you guys know, I bought the entire pack, so I have like, you know, I have access to the Federation, Klingons, and the Romulans, and all of them I definitely enjoy. Enjoy to watch. Oh, that's the wrong button. The Riemann, so we are going to cover the Romulan variants, shields. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So this is the Romulan variant of the aesthetics on a Romulan Strategic Explorer Warbird. And I do want to mention that this thing is a tier 6, so it's like one of the latest Starship in STO that's been released. So it's definitely awesome. You can grab these things from the C store if you want to purchase them. You can also purchase them individually or as a pack. Now definitely the Romulans, they have that glow outlines to it, just like in the Aegis space set. Like highlighted. Actually more apparent right here. So you can actually see these lines on the head as well. Nice. Or the control room. I don't know what to call this thing. The front part of this thing. That is just awesome. All right, let us move on to which one we're going to do now. We are going to cover this one, the Temporal Defense Space Set, or as many of you call it, the Disco Space Set, with Skittles coming out of the engine or the engine exhaust. All of the colors right there, really nice. Really full of life, full of details. Nice beige color or creamish color. Whatever have you. Nice, right? Nice. Now we are going to showcase the Taenen right there. Engines and shields are up there. The Taenen Task Force Space Set. Now, like I always say, most of these visuals, if you're wanting to get them for yourself, most of them can be attained throughout the reputation in Star Trek Online, the various reputation trees. And there are also a couple of ones that you can obtain throughout. Let me just turn this thing throughout, like episodes as a reward. So just playing the content in STO in Star Trek Online, and you can actually grab these visuals. For an example, the Breen visuals, and also the Jem'Hadar space set in its entirety, you can actually obtain throughout content of Star Trek Online. So you don't have to grind yourself reputation marks to actually obtain this thing through the reputation tree. You can basically play out the missions in Star Trek and actually obtain a couple of them for yourself. Now, the next one is going to be the Breen one, right here. So here it is with the Breen space set. Oh man, the Breen space set. It's definitely cool. Can actually see the engine trail right there. Definitely awesome. I wish all of these space sets or whatever sets are for a combination of engines like deflector dish and shields. I wish all of them had their own unique design pattern to them, because that was going to be amazing to look at. Now, as it is right now, we have 14 different space sets that have like different visuals. Now, obviously, they're adding more and more of these space sets to the game. So in a later stage, these videos that I'm actually showcasing might be on the even longer side. Like normally my videos are like somewhere between 1 hour mark. there might be a time that they actually go like even longer than 1 hour 30 minutes or something like that. Now obviously the last space set that I'm going to cover is the Lucari from the Lucari reputation. Some of us have obtained this thing, some of them haven't, me being one of them that have not obtained this thing yet. That's why I'm showcasing these visuals with the Lucari on the Tribble test server. There is an NPC up here where you can actually grab hold of these space sets, or at least the last space set that's available, and you can buy them for free just to test them out, obviously for testing purposes. Now, this is the Lucari space set. Definitely love the engine trail right here for the Lucari. And also that animation right there from the deflector dish. That is just awesome. Awesome. Loving it. Loving every minute of it. And also that glow when this thing is right here. Oh, that's awesome. Here we go. When it is not being illuminated. Definitely has an appeal to it. You can actually see more highlighted colors. I love it. Definitely a warbird. This thing has been made to kick some butt. Now let me also stop this thing from turning. And this is how it looks like. And let me just change the deflector dish because it has that really weird sound to it. And this is how it looks like. Definitely awesome looking ship. Really cool. Really nice design. Anyway, let us talk about the Starship Mastery. Now, as you guys can actually tell, I took this thing into combat the first time that I did the recording. So level 1 is going to give us plus 15 damage to exotic damage abilities, and exotic damage abilities can be done with science consoles and science abilities. Level 2, enhance singularity circuitry, so reduces the cooldown time on singularity power used by 15% and also increase your singularity charge rate by 30%. Level 3 is going to give us some more shield hit points by 10%. Level 4 is going to give us the reactive shielding technology, so it's going to improve shield regeneration and hardness by 634 shield regeneration every 6 seconds, and also reduces damage to shield by 5%. Now obviously all of these numbers that you guys are seeing right here are based upon my character. You might have like totally different numbers up here, so keep that in mind when you're doing like, you know, number crunching for your character and, you know, you're doing your build. The level 5 is that unlockable Starship Trait, the exotic particle shielding, so all damage resistant and exotic damage resistant when using engineering team, science team and tactical team. So to self +9 all damage resistance rating for 15 seconds, that can stack up to 3 times, and also to self +9 to exotic damage resistance rating for 15 seconds, that can also stack up to 3 times. So definitely awesome to see that one in if you want to level this thing and have a little bit more of a defense in exotic abilities. Now what I'm also going to showcase is the Admiralty card, Taenen. That is the one that we need to have. Now this thing is a tier 6 and 3 stars in its rarity, so engineering is going to get 32 points, tactical is going to get 39 points, and science is going to get 46 points, and also in 18-hour cooldown, so whenever you're going to use this thing you can use it once every 18 hours. Now special ability is going to ignore the ± bonus engineering from the events. Thank you so much guys, if I haven't thanked you enough for actually explaining this, what they actually mean, because I really didn't understand what it was. So thank you so much for being so kind to actually explain it to me. I really don't know everything, so like I always say in most of my videos, we are still learning. Now 18-hour in maintenance obviously speaks for itself, no really elaboration needed. Is currently on reserve because it's not being utilized. Now one thing that it's definitely I'm going to showcase is the information of that Omni-Directional Tachyon Wave Siphon. Okay, the Engineering Multi-Mission Explorer variant comes equipped with the Omni-Directional Tachyon Wave Siphon Universal Console. When the console ability is activated, your starship will periodically release a wave of tachyon particles that will heavily damage and weaken nearby enemy shields. This energy is then drawn into your starship shield emitters in the form of secondary shielding. The amount of secondary shielding absorbed scales with the number of foes hit. This console also provides a passive bonus Starship Drain expertise and Starship Shield restoration. So 17.8 in Starship Drain and also 17.8 in Starship Shield restoration. Really nice, right, as a passive ability. Now affected foes at maximum 20 of them within a 3-kilometer sphere. Now good luck getting 20 enemies in a 3-kilometer sphere. That is some gravity well that you're going to use right there. That's going to bunch them all up together. 2-minute recharge time, so 2-minute cooldown after you use this ability. You have to wait 2 minutes. Foes are going to get minus 1793.6 all shield facing every second for the duration of 10 seconds. Also minus 25% starship hardness for 10 seconds. That was going to reduce the damage to shields by 20% plus 4 per target hit at maximum of 4 or 5 targets. This thing is also going to grant us, so it's going to give us somewhere between 5,269.6 and somewhere between 8,782.7 points of secondary shielding. Amount scales with the number of affected targets at maximum of 5. So somewhere between 5.2 and 8.7 thousand hit points you're going to get on your shields. And secondary shield are refreshed every second for the duration of this ability. So those amounts are really good. Skills that affect these abilities: Starship Drain, Expertise, and Shield Restoration. So if you want to have this thing more effectiveness, drop some point in these two on your skill tree. Now this is obviously part of a space set. These universal consoles, there are 4 of these sets in total. So if you equip 2 of these space set at any given time, you're going to get 2.7 auxiliary power setting and also 13.3 maximum shield capacity. Space set number 3 is going to give you plus 50% recharge speed for all multi-mission Explorer consoles. So 2-minute recharge is going to be 1-minute recharge, so you can basically spam the heck away from for your enemy right here. So it's going to be awesome. Space set number 3 is going to upgrade all of the other universal console abilities. Give out for an example right here, the Omni-Directional Tachyon Wave Emitter, the one that we are using right now. The shield drain potency will be increased. So the shield drain potency will increase on if you have all 4 sets. Now obviously for the other one as well, so the isometric discharge array, the primary and secondary electrical damage will be increased. The Radiant Bombardment Matrix, it's going to increase damage on the final blast, and the Protometal Field Projector, it's increased hull and shield restoration or regeneration. Now obviously the Protometal Field Projector is a universal console that you're going to get from the Lucari ship that you can win for the mission with by doing like all of the scanning of Omegas and destroying the Omega molecules. That is awesome. Bridge officer station. Now obviously I have set up something right here that I definitely do not want you guys to utilize, so do not use this build. No real thoughts has gone into this thing. It's just something that I put up together so I can have some abilities to show you guys a little bit in combat. So we have a Lieutenant Commander Universal / Temporal Ops station. We have an Ensign Universal station right there. We have a Lieutenant Commander Engineering Station and also a Lieutenant Tactical Station for tactical abilities, and definitely science heavy in abilities, the Command Science Stations. Now I put up Gravity Well and Tachyon Beam, Tractor Beam, and a little bit of hull healing up here. Emergencies to weapons, Scattered Volley Torpedo, what I think could be useful. So next part is going to be combat, and let's get to it right here. Here we go. The mission wanted, patrolling the Argala. One thing that I did not mention, and I do want to give that out to you guys, is keep in mind that these things also come equipped with the dual heavy cannons that are based on auxiliary and not are based on weapon power. So if you guys want to have that as a tactics, you can basically claim this thing a couple of times and use all of those abilities accordingly. Now let's use fire at everything of this guy and let's kick his butt a little bit. Now it is obviously turning a little bit like a cruiser, but more of a science ship. And we do have pets, so definitely going to utilize pets. Torpedo, boom. Nice. Now, for some reason, I also have boarding parties. So that's always nice. Shockwave. Nice. Where's the other one? Oh, right there. Fire, fire everything. Now that universal console ability, that what's it called again? The Omni-Directional Tachyon Wave Siphon. I'm going to utilize it right here when the new enemies are going to spawn in, and I believe they're going to spawn in right there. Also going to use gravity well to hold these guys in place. Let's use the center one. So you guys stay there. And you guys are going to see that when I'm going to drain these guys, their shields are going to be depleted really fast. Now here we go. Like, you can actually see like all of these shields have been drained. This guy doesn't have any more shields. And when I'm going to start firing on these guys, they're just going to be vaporized. Now this guy as well doesn't have any shields. It's like gone. Obviously he's being held into place by a tractor beam. Ouch, that hurting me. Where is my evasive maneuvers? Go, 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 go. Okay, cool. I thought I was gonna be dead right there. Now look, this guy as well, his shields are basically gone. And as you guys know, I don't have really good... let's use these guys. Let's use more of us. As you guys know, I don't have really good consoles or abilities. So if you guys are going to deck out this thing in its full capacity, you are going to have much more fun than I'm having right now. Even though it's really awesome. Still good. Still good. I like it. I like this thing a lot. Now obviously you can, you know, you can put up like different consoles for survivability, more damage abilities on science, or just tactical, going like, you know, full tactical or anything like that. It's obviously nice to have. But right now I'm going more of a just showcasing this thing. So let's wait a couple of 20 seconds. Maybe we can target the other carrier in the meantime. Because I do want to hold this guy in place right here with gravity well. Can we have gravity well? We do, right here. Now don't move further than 3 kilometers because I want to drain your shields. Now, as you guys can actually see, the white part is actually meaning that this thing has a little bit of shields. And look at the shields. His shields are gone. Like all of these are making my shields grow, and you can actually see the secondary shielding right here. And that is just awesome. Let's take care of these guys right here. Let's drain more of his shields. He's basically dead already. Ouch, what the hell was that? Move, move. I'm a stationary target right now. That's not good. Let's ask for pilots. Help me out. Kill this guy. Shockwave. Gone. And I mean, I don't have this thing all the way decked out, right? I don't have this thing all the way leveled up, so I'm not doing enough exotic damage. I'm not doing nearly the damage output that this thing should be having. But for you guys, definitely interesting to showcase this thing. And this is how it looks like. Really awesome. And one thing that this thing also have is that battle cloak. So you can actually cloak while you are in combat. Definitely awesome. Definitely cool. So right now I'm incognito. Nobody can hurt me. Nobody can see me. I can do whatever I want to. That's the warp shadow. It's gone. Anyway, guys, I hope you had a little bit of entertainment coming out of this channel. This has been the Taenen Strategic Explorer Warbird Tier 6 from the Romulan faction. And I had really a good time showcasing this. Hopefully you guys are going to have a really good time flying it and to actually make a decision if you want to purchase this or not. It's definitely up to you. For me, it is definitely awesome to showcase this thing as a ship. Hope to see you on the other ones as well. And I'm going to say for now, take care. Later.